thanks a lot for letting us take some video footage here this morning of your routine and your operation here. And now I'd like to ask you some questions about your operation here, if it's okay. And then, but first, let's start with you, the trainer. And again, you have this little distinctive accent here, so I take it you're not from these parts. And so maybe you can tell us where you're from and how you ended up becoming a trainer here in Southern California.
Yeah, so I grew up in the UK on a non-working farm, and always around horses from a young age. I went through my education, went to the University of Edinburgh, not involved with horses, but I always kept riding and interest in racing along the side. And then after college, I was always working for trainers in my school holidays and things like that. And when I got done with school, I was really lucky. I got on a program which is called the Dali Flying Start Program, which is a scholarship sponsored by Sheikh Mohammed of Dubai. And so for 2 years, myself and 11 other graduates went around the world learning about racing and breeding. And yeah, at that point, I really decided that I wanted to have a career in horse racing.
Tell us, what is your favorite part about being a trainer? I mean, what's the favorite part?
I would say I just really enjoy watching the horses mature and grow into themselves. You know, when they first arrive at my barn, most of the time the young horses, they are a little afraid. They kind of, we call it green, meaning they don't really, we're teaching them the routine and things like that. And to watch them mature mentally and physically into a fully fledged racehorse is one of my favorite aspects of the game. And to watch them grow and become proud and be successful racehorses is a great part of the industry, and for me, part of the business for me. So that's what I like. And part of the thing I like most about the industry and on the whole is that when you get a good horse and it suddenly wins a big race.
How many horses are you currently stabling here at Del Mar? How many horses do you have?
I have 20 at Del Mar, and roughly 10 at San Diego.
Now, we got here this morning, you let us take some footage. Tell us about your routine. Like, when do you get here? And just tell me a typical day from start to finish as you wrap up a training day in the morning.
Yeah, so we train horses 7 days a week, so it's a tough job. I arrived at about 4:30 in the morning every day. My assistant and the grooms are here before me, so I arrive, I check with my assistant, say is everything okay, and we do things, make just daily routine checks on the horses, make sure they all ate up, we check their temperatures. I go around, check all the legs, make sure there's nothing changed from the day before, in terms of soundness or legs, and then as long as everything like that is good to go, we can progress with the morning. And the day before we make a set list, so a plan for the day and what time each horse goes out and trains on the track. The track opens at 5 in the morning, so our first set will go out at 5 and we'll train till about 9 o'clock. We just try and keep everything running smoothly. I like being really organized, making sure everyone knows what time the horse is going out, what they're doing, who's on what horse, which groom has got which horse, and what time they're brought out, what equipment they need to wear for training, what bandages. There's a lot of variables, and just the real key is being super organized and making sure everything goes to plan, because I don't like being out of control. I like being in control.
So your wife is Christina Blacker, formerly known Christina Oliveras, the daughter of a pretty prominent jockey who retired in 2004, which was Frank Oliveras.
Yes.
So she is somewhat of a celebrity, television celebrity, at least in the racing world, being an anchor on TVG.
Yes.
So how does that work out? I mean, I'm assuming that you both have a real appreciation for the challenges of this job. I mean, this is really a challenging profession. It's not all a life of luxury and high moments. So she has her role in this industry as a TV anchor. You have your role in this industry as a trainer. How does that work out for the family?
For the family, it makes it hard. We both have full-time jobs. And she's really professional and very good at what she does. I do refer to her for certain things, like in her handicapping sense of things, like how a race looks to her, because I mean that's what she does every day. She looks at races on paper, So for me, in a professional sense, she's a real asset to me to be able to get a second opinion about a certain race.
All right, and if I may ask, what's the most difficult part of the training? In other words, what would be your least favorite part?
Training horses is the easy bit. It's dealing with the owners that's can be tricky. No, I'm just kidding. But I think realistically, it's the most difficult part is dealing with loss. It's like even if you're the best trainer in the country, you're still losing 80% of the time, so it's tough dealing, keeping positive, keeping all your employees positive and your owners positive, and staying positive is one of the biggest challenges I feel, because you losing horses with injury a lot, and obviously you can't win every race, and so it's to keep your head up and stay focused and keep driving forward. That's my biggest challenge, and staying positive I think is a big thing that I try.